Welcome to the Hammered Leatherworks studio. Today I'll be showing you how to make leather baskets. This is the leather basket we're going to be making. As you can see, I've got mine holding some washi tape. Keep it out of the eyes of the kids. They love stealing my washi tape. To do this activity you will need leather. You can find various leathers available in our supply store, all at $15 a foot. Straight edge, a rotary cutter or scissors or both. This is my hole punch, a lead pencil, a screwdriver and some Chicago screws, which are also available in the online store. So here's a piece I prepared earlier. You can make these leather baskets out of any square piece of leather. This piece is 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. I've used my rotary cutter and my straight edge to cut the square and get it nice and square. So I'm just going to put those aside. The next step is to turn your leather over to the suede side, and you're going to draw a line from corner to corner on the sueded side. So line up your ruler. I've already drawn my lines on, so this is just for example. And then you'll be left with an X on the back of your leather. Now we're going to cut down these lines to make the side walls of our basket. The best way to tell is to fold the leather into the center and push down on where you've made your line. What we're going to do is we're going to cut down the leather, down that line, until we go just past that, probably by about 1 centimetre. We're going to do the same on all sides. This is a great project. It's super quick, very addictive. I'm sure I'll have them everywhere in my studio very shortly. And also my kids love making these. They think it's great. So it's really a project suitable for all ages. There we go. So now we have our square piece of leather with 4 cuts in it. This is going to make our basket. So to make the side walls of our basket, what we need to do is you push the center flap towards the back. You take the left and the right flaps and you bring them round like this. So I don't think I've cut quite far enough down my line, so I don't have a lot of overlap there. So I'm just going to flip it over. I'm just going to add maybe 5 mil to the cut. Just making sure that I do it all the way around so they're nice and even. There we go. So you adjust it as you go so you get the perfect fit for you. There we go. We're going to lay that over. Perfect. There we go. So once you've done that, you can take your hole punch, or if you don't have a hole punch, you could sew these together quite easily. Just make a couple of holes with an ice pick and use some thread. So there we go, I've layered up my edges. I'm just turning it round because I use my hole punch with my right hand. So we're just going to slide the hole over the 3 layers of leather, make it nice and central, and squeeze. Now we've made a hole through all 3 layers of leather. This hole is big enough to take the Chicago screws that we sell in the online store. Great thing about Chicago screws is you don't need anything special to set them, unlike rivets and things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the Chicago screw that has the shank on it. I'm going to push it through the first hole, the second hole, and then into the final hole. I'm going to grab the screw, pop it in the back. Now you can put these in with your hands quite easily. I'm going to use a screwdriver just so it's really easy for you guys to see on the video. Just loosely to start with, and then just straighten up your edges so you get a nice tidy looking basket, and then just nip it up. There we go. Now we're going to turn to the other side and we're going to repeat the process. So we push the center flap back, lay the left flap over, lay the right flap over, And when you're doing this, you just want to tuck everything in as you go. That'll give you a really nice firm basket with straight edges. So I'm just going to tuck, tuck, tuck. There we go. I'm just going to spin it round like I did before. Oops. Centering up my hole punch over the 3 layers of the leather so you guys can see like this. And I did that, my leather moved a little bit. We'll squeeze. You cut through all the layers. We're going to take our Chicago screw again and we're going to push it through the leather just as we did before. This last screw can be a little bit tricky to get in because your basket's really coming into shape now. Pop the screw in. Oops. Hang on a second, I haven't quite got it lined up. There we go. There we go, same, just in nice and loose, straighten up your edges and then nip it up tight. There we go, voila, you have made the perfect partner for your desk. This basket I made here was made from a 6.5 inch piece of square leather. This one was made from a 5.5. So obviously if you went an inch or 2 down in size, you'd be able to nest them as well. But these are going to make fantastic storage for lots of little bits and pieces on your desk. On this one, I've added extra hardware to the sides because I liked the way it joined together and made a really firm basket. So that's it today. You can make 4 of these baskets from 1 square foot of leather, which would be $15. You'll need enough hardware to do the whole lot. So 4 Chicago screws, so there's 2 in this one, will set you back $3. So you're paying $3 for every 2 baskets. So you can have 4 baskets made by you on your desk with the leather for just over 20 Aussie dollars. Shop in the online store and we look forward to bringing you more.